I have to make this video right now because I just got gripped by these ideas, and it's important. I want to explain something that's going to blow your mind if you're interested in these sorts of things, because I just got my mind blown again. I'm going to bring a parallel between the human brain and the planet. So, the way the human brain works is, God, how do you do this? You have the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, and in between here's the left hemisphere, here's the right hemisphere, and over here is the corpus colossum, the bridge. Okay? That connects the left hemisphere from the right hemisphere. Now, even though structurally they look identical, the left and the right hemisphere process reality completely differently, like opposite. So if you would ask the left hemisphere, what's the world made of? Its interpretation of the world would be the opposite of what, if you'd ask the right hemisphere of your brain, what is reality? Its interpretation would be the opposite of the left. But then you wonder why humans are confused and arguing with one another. Now, generally speaking, generally speaking, the left brain sees particulars, and it sees the world in frames and in individual parts. So it sees like a telephone, a book, a chair. It can identify the boundaries of individual objects and categorize them as individual objects. The right brain, or the right hemisphere, doesn't see boundaries between objects or reality. It sees the infinite possibilities of what, first of all, that object could be, and also it sees how that object can be used in infinite ways and changed, and how it relates to the environment. So they're both necessary. You can see how we need both rationality and creativity. We need to know both what is, and we need to know what things signify. What things are and what things signify. Signify is the right brain, and what things are is the left brain. Okay, that was a long-winded explanation. You're going to have to watch long videos to watch this video. This is not a 2-minute. And between the left brain and the right brain, there's no connection at all. The only connection is the corpus colossum, which is like just a bundle of strings, of threads, which is fascinating that it's threads. So we call that the bridge. Now, apparently, if you want to go in the part of your mind where you get inspired, where the known and the unknown collide, and you see new things for the first time, and you have new ideas, what you have to do is you have to walk onto the bridge between the left and the right hemisphere. You have to go to the corpus colossum, and that's where you can stick out your butterfly net and catch shooting stars from the sparks created by the collision between the left and right hemisphere. And that's where your ideas come from, and creativity and all that. And then out of that come and after, once they come into your mind, then your hands come into play, and you put the pieces together and you create it into actuality. Now we're getting into the reason I made this video. Now I'm going to compare that to our planet. Because, look, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking a lot about fire and about water. A lot. And I truly believe that there are archetypal parents. Our first parents, when fire and water put the differences aside and made peace, they created the abundance of life in the universe. They created all life, rooted and unrooted. I mean, it's magic. So we'll talk about some differences between fire and water. So fire dissipates. Fire is the great dissipator, the element that dissipates and breaks things apart. Water is the element that pulls things together. It's synergy. Fire is dissipation. Water is synergy. You put water anywhere and it'll suck particles together and create life. Plants will grow, insects, bacteria. And also, if a water drop falls, you can see the gravitational pull. A bug could get stuck in it. It can't break out. It's stuck. So water has a very powerful natural pull to go within itself. No, to go within gravity, to go where gravity is strongest. And fire tries to get away from gravity with everything it can. Hits the roof. It's looking for holes to get to the sky. Now, here's the crazy thing. We live on a planet. And when you look at this planet, all the water is on the surface of the planet. And we just said all it wants to do is go to the center of gravity. So it's doing everything it can to get to the center of the planet. And then what's at the center of the planet is fire. And fire's doing everything it can to get the hell out of the planet. And then the question is, how is it possible the two elements that have existed since the beginning of time, and by definition are clearly, arguably, but I believe, the most intelligent things in the universe, how is it possible that everything about fire is about escaping the center of the planet, and that's where you'll find fire, at the center of the planet? And everything about water is about reaching the center of the planet. And you'll never find water at the center of the planet. You're going to find it on the periphery of the planet. What the hell is going on? It gets better. This is crazy. So now what's obstructing water from going to the center? And what's obstructing fire from escaping to the skies? It's the matter. It's the crust. It's the rock. It's the structure. Okay. What is the structure? Well, the difference between that structure, fire and water, is that structure is matter. Fire and water, they're elemental. Okay. What else is about the structure, the crust of the earth? Well, every damn thing that you see around us in our civilization, from our technologies, our rockets, our headphones, our homes, our schools, our cars, our computers, everything that we have created with our ideas come from the crust. It comes from the matter between fire and water. It comes from the corpus colossum between the left and right hemisphere. That was such a necessary silence. I can't even continue the video. These pieces are just forming themselves now in my mind, and I don't even know if I could breathe right now. I might start crying in a minute, I'm sure of it. Because what's happened is I've uncovered a flower and it's unraveling before me. And with every petal that's unfolding, I feel my whole body shake. All right, that's enough for now. Keep circumambulating this idea. Just keep thinking about it. Ask yourself, like, okay, let's entertain this. Let's say the left and the right brain are symbolic of fire and water. Which is fire and which is water, and why? And what are the behaviors of fire and water that are similar to the behaviors of the left and right hemisphere? Circumambulate those ideas, play with them, and leave a comment. Make a good day.